I spent pretty much all day getting the corn planter ready. The only thing on it that hasn't been tested yet is a squeeze pump. I ran corn through it, did a calibration run on it. I will say it is accurate as hell, and when the numbers in the book tell you run such and such a sprocket to plant such and such a population, they mean run such and such a sprocket and you're going to get such and such a population. Because I set my sprockets up and did one pass, and every single row was within about 2 seeds of each other, or was it within 2 seeds of each other, and they were within 1 seed north or south of, well, actually they were all slightly under, because I was shooting for slightly under my initial. I'm shooting for about 31,000, so but with that being said, I didn't get any planting done today. I had hoped possibly to make it that far, but it didn't happen, because I got the planter ready to go, and then it took me forever to get the nurse tank flushed out because it was all full of shit, between the sand, the rocks. Yeah, actually I don't think there was actually any rocks, but the way that sand coagulated in there, it looked like rocks. I don't think I ever did actually wash any rocks out of it. And then there was a piece of 1x1 stuck in there that somebody must have at some point used it for a dipstick and lost it. So we had to get that dug out. But long story short, I got the nurse tank ready to go. It's sitting at home right now with a load starter in it. And obviously right now we're going to start working ground so that I got something to plant tomorrow. I'm going to do this field. I got an 8-acre piece and a 2-acre piece I want to get all worked tonight. And with that planter, if everything goes right, I ought to be able to get it all planted tomorrow, but that's if everything goes right. It's going to be interesting for sure. I'm a little nervous. Okay. There we go. It's like, why isn't the harrow unfolding? And I brought wrenches today so I can set my depth stop on the cylinder and not have to feather it. Forward a little bit. One basket sunk down in the dirt. There it went. Okay, now let's find a happy working depth. See how that looks. Looks decent from the cab. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. I guess we'll start there and see how it goes. I'm gonna have to shut it off here. First field done. I'm here at the second one. Normally I would have to do this field with the little field cultivator and then run the mulcher over it, because I can't swing the turn through the gate with the finisher and the basket trained up together. The basket tries to run into the post. So I have had the finisher in this field once before I put the basket behind it. Well, the gate post is pretty much rotting off. That one is rot. What the hell was that? That sounded like tannerite. That post is rotting off. The only thing that's still holding it up is that cross buck there between the other post. This section of fence was already missing up to this bush, so basically I just yanked out the leaning T-post and drug it around that other bush there so that I could drive in and out through here, and no muss, no fuss. So on the way over, I stopped by the house and grabbed my baby saw. Timber, although I just realized you probably just were looking at that. Tell you what, this saw is so dang handy. Because you can just throw it in the cab and it's with you, and you don't got to worry about gas or anything like that. And the only thing it's got is a bar oiler. There. Now we can just drive right on in. Take one of my cylinder stops out. The one that's actually clamped around the rod, and the factory one, it didn't really want to work, so I had to go back in and I had to go back to my standard over the. Yeah, I need to run a little deeper. I had it set up for that fresh worked ground. This is a little harder. Yeah, I had to just return to the good old-fashioned this style. But I guess this is a little handier, because if you need to make an adjustment like this, you just take one off and there you go, you're done. Why the factory one didn't want to work, I don't know. It would just shove it all the way back against the end of the rod, or I guess the cylinder clevis. job, might as well do it right. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Perfect, I'm gonna leave it. And that job's done. This little field worked down really nice. It's a touch tacky, but there's a little bit of drying overnight. This will probably be, I don't know if it's gonna be the first one I plant or the last one I plant. It might be the first one because it's the closest to mom and dad's if there's a problem. I don't know. I also got to do in order to make the monitor work, I have to do a speed calibration on it, and in order to do that, you need a 400-foot straight stretch. Of course, when I do it, I would just undo all the row clutches so that I'm not planting, and maybe I could like shoot across here at an angle, because that'd probably give me 400 foot, and just do the speed calibration and then punch everything into the monitor and make it satisfied with being an 8-row 30. And yeah, that might be the way to go, but let's see how things look in the morning. So anyway, I guess tomorrow we get to see if the 6180 will or it won't. God, I hope it will, because I'm just not, I'm not ready for that kind of stress if it's gonna have issues. But like I say, I calibrated it today. The units work great. They work. They spit seed out. It's like a picket fence. I'm not worried about getting seed in the ground. The fertilizer is what scares me a little bit, because that's untested, but only one way to find out. So anyhow, I guess that's it for this one. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully planting corn, lots and lots of corn with no problems. Fingers crossed.